Dodgers fans, what a moment we just witnessed. Game 2 of the World Series felt like a statement night for Los Angeles. A reminder that when this team's pitching is on, they can shut down anybody in baseball. And the man of the hour? Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The Japanese right-hander took the ball and delivered one of those performances that instantly become part of postseason legend. A complete game, just one run allowed, 8 strikeouts, and a calmness that made it all look almost effortless. He wasn't just throwing. He was controlling every single pitch, every single at-bat, like a chess player moving his opponent into checkmate before they even realized it. What's wild is that even Yamamoto himself admitted he didn't think he'd finish the game. Afterward, he said his pitch count was getting high early, and he figured he'd be pulled before the ninth. But he locked in, trusted his stuff, and somehow found that extra gear. That's the mark of a true competitor, the kind of guy who saves his best for when it matters most. The way he painted the corners, mixed up speeds, and made elite hitters look uncomfortable. It was vintage dominance, even though he's only in his second major league season. You could see in the crowd, too. Dodger Stadium was electric. People were standing before the last out even happened because they knew they were watching something special. And you know what's even sweeter about this whole thing? The noise that followed Yamamoto when he first signed with the Dodgers. There were critics, loud ones, saying he hadn't proven himself in Major League Baseball yet. One former player even went online asking how you could hand over more than $300 million to a guy who hadn't thrown a single big league pitch. Fast forward to the World Series, and Yamamoto just gave the perfect answer without saying a word. Complete game, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. That's how you shut people up. It's the kind of performance that flips the narrative, the kind that makes everyone realize why the Dodgers believed in him from the start. It's clear he's not just talented. He's mentally built for these moments. He came from Japan with sky-high expectations, pressure from the media, and the challenge of adjusting to an entirely new league. And yet, here he is, handling it like a veteran who's been on the mound for a decade. He's got that calm fire. You don't see him shouting or over-celebrating, but you can feel the intensity behind every pitch. That quiet confidence is contagious, and right now, it's exactly what the Dodgers need. But as dominant as Yamamoto has been, the same can't be said about the Dodgers' offense. That's been the one thing holding them back this postseason. They've had games where the bats just disappear, and manager Dave Roberts isn't hiding from it anymore. One name that's been coming up a lot lately is Andy Pages. The young outfielder was solid during the regular season, hitting for a good average and showing flashes of real potential. But once the playoffs started, something changed. His timing is off, his confidence seems shaken, and the numbers tell the story, barely hitting over 90, just a handful of hits and a pile of strikeouts. Roberts talked about it on Sunday, and you could tell he's running out of patience. He said he's been keeping an eye on Page's at-bats, hoping for some kind of spark, but if things don't turn around soon, a change might be coming. When reporters asked if a benching was possible, he didn't dance around it. He said it was very fair to consider and made it clear he's thinking about every option. Roberts isn't one to throw players under the bus, but when a manager admits that publicly, it means the pressure is real. And to be honest, it should be. This is the World Series. Every at-bat, every defensive play matters. You can't afford to have a hole in the lineup when the trophy's on the line. Still, Roberts also gave Pages some credit. He said the young outfielder's defense has been rock solid, and that's one of the reasons he's still in the lineup. The way he covers ground in center field, the routes he takes, the calm he brings out there, that's not easy to replace. It's keeping him in the conversation even as the offense struggles. But the manager made it clear, defense alone isn't going to save his spot forever. He needs production. He needs competitive at-bats to grind through those long counts to find ways to get on base. If not, Roberts hinted he's ready to try other options, and there are a few waiting in the wings. The first name that comes to mind is Alex Call. He's barely had a chance this postseason, but made the most of it, going 3 for 4 in limited action. That's the kind of energy a manager loves, a player who stays ready, doesn't complain, and delivers when his number's called. There's also Justin Dean, who's mostly been used for defense, but might get a shot if Roberts decides he needs to shake things up. Beyond that, there's Kike Hernandez and Tommy Edman, but both are already plugged into other roles and contributing elsewhere on the field. So it's a balancing act, keeping the best defense possible while trying to find any kind of spark with the bat. This is what makes postseason baseball so fascinating. Every game, every lineup decision feels like it could shift the momentum of the entire series. The Dodgers have the pitching right now. Yamamoto's complete game proved that. Their bullpen is rested, the rotation is solid, and the confidence in that area is sky high. But the offense has to wake up if they want to bring another championship to Los Angeles. And that's where Roberts faces his toughest challenge. Does he stay loyal to the guys who got him here? Or does he make the hard call and change the lineup in the middle of the World Series? You can feel the tension in the air heading into Game 3. The Dodgers will face the Blue Jays on Monday night, and everyone's waiting to see if Roberts sticks with Pages in center field or pulls the trigger on a lineup change. It's one of those decisions that could either spark a turnaround or create even more pressure inside the clubhouse. The fans are split. Some want Pages to get one more shot, believing he's due for a breakout game, while others are ready to see someone new take over and bring a fresh jolt of energy to the lineup. What's certain is that Yamamoto's performance has reignited belief in this team. Even with the offense slumping, having a guy like that on the mound changes everything. It gives the team confidence. It gives the fans hope. When your ace shows he can go the distance on baseball's biggest stage, that energy spreads through the dugout. It tells everyone, we're still in control, we just have to execute. That's the kind of leadership that doesn't need words. It's built on performance. So, as Game 3 approaches, the Dodgers find themselves in a familiar spot, backed by elite pitching, searching for timely hits, and counting on their manager to push all the right buttons. Yamamoto has done his part, and then some. Now it's time for the bats to join the party. And whether Andy Pages stays in the lineup or not, one thing's clear. Los Angeles isn't going down quietly. Game 3 is here, and you can feel the tension building all across Los Angeles. This city breathes baseball in October, and after Yamamoto's masterpiece, the energy has shifted from nervousness to a cautious kind of belief. Everyone's wondering the same thing. Can the Dodgers keep that fire going on the road? Because now, the stage moves north to Toronto, where the Blue Jays are hungry and confident after stealing Game 1. For the Dodgers, this next matchup feels like a tipping point. Win it, and you take control of the series. Lose it, and suddenly every mistake starts to feel heavier. All eyes are on Dave Roberts and the lineup card. The biggest question hovering over everything is what happens with Andy Pages. Roberts has been vague, saying he's still mindful about his decisions, but everyone knows what that means. He's thinking about making a change. And honestly, who could blame him? Pages has been fighting at the plate. You can see it in his body language. He's pressing, trying to do too much with every swing. It's the kind of thing that happens to young players in October. They get caught up in the moment, and instead of sticking to what got them there, they start chasing results. The problem is, the World Series doesn't give you time to figure it out. Every at-bat matters. Every missed opportunity feels like it could change the series. But Roberts isn't the type to give up on his players easily. He's built this clubhouse around belief and communication. You can tell he wants to see Pages work through it, not just for this series, but for the future. That's why this decision is so tough. If he benches him now, it could protect the team's chances short-term, but it might also crush the kid's confidence. If he keeps him in and the struggles continue, people will question why he didn't act sooner. That's the tightrope a manager walks in the postseason, balancing strategy with emotion. If Roberts does decide to make a move, Alex Call seems like the most logical next man up. The guy hasn't had much time to shine, but when he's gotten opportunities, he's made something happen. 3 hits in 4 at-bats this postseason, bringing energy, hustling on the bases, playing clean defense. Those are the little things that could change a game. Sometimes it's not about the stats. It's about momentum, a spark, a new energy that wakes everyone up. And that's exactly what the Dodgers need right now. The thing is, this team has been built on depth all season long. They've got veterans who've been through this before, guys who understand that October isn't about who has the best numbers, it's about who makes the right plays in the right moments. And yet, it's impossible to ignore that the Dodgers' offense just hasn't looked like itself lately. Too many runners left on base, too many strikeouts in key spots. When you have pitching performances like Yamamoto's, you've got to back it up with some runs. Otherwise, you're wasting brilliance. And that's been the frustrating part for fans. The pitching has been elite, but the bats have gone cold at the worst possible time. Still, there's hope. The Dodgers have been here before. They've faced adversity, they've dealt with slumps, and somehow, they always find a way to fight back. The veterans know what this means. Guys like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman have carried the load before, and you can bet they'll be ready to set the tone again. That's what leaders do. They don't panic. They find ways to break through the noise and remind everyone why they're here. And you get the sense that if the offense wakes up even a little, this series could swing quickly in the Dodgers' favor. The pitching setup for Game 3 also adds some intrigue. Roberts has hinted that he might mix things up, maybe go with a more aggressive bullpen strategy if the starter struggles early. After Yamamoto's complete game, the relievers are fresh and ready to go. That gives the Dodgers flexibility. They can play matchups, shorten the game, and keep pressure on the Blue Jays from the first inning on. That's been one of Roberts' strengths as a manager, knowing when to trust his starters and when to pull the plug before things get out of hand. He's not afraid to make bold moves, especially now when every decision counts. Meanwhile, over in Toronto, the Blue Jays can smell opportunity. Their fans are loud, their lineup is dangerous, and they've shown they can make adjustments quickly. That's what makes this series so compelling. It's not just about talent, it's about execution and nerves. The Dodgers have to be sharp defensively, aggressive on the bases, and patient at the plate. You can't let this Blue Jays team get comfortable, because once they do, they can score in bunches. The Dodgers have to strike first, build momentum, and keep the crowd out of it. And for Pages, if he does stay in the lineup, this might be his moment to silence the critics. Every postseason, Star has that one turning point, the game where everything clicks again, the swing that reminds everyone why you believed in them in the first place. Maybe this is his chance. Baseball has a funny way of flipping the script when you least expect it. One solid at-bat, one clutch hit, and suddenly the weight lifts off your shoulders. Roberts seems to believe that can still happen. Whether he gives Pages another shot or turns to someone else, the message is clear. This team needs life at the plate. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are circulating through Major League Baseball, and if the rumors prove true, the Los Angeles Dodgers might just be setting themselves up for a season of sheer dominance. Sources close to the front office suggest that the Dodgers have secured Ronald Acuna Jr., the explosive outfielder whose combination of speed, power, and baseball IQ has made him one of the most electrifying talents in the game, to lead their lineup. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders hint that negotiations have been intense but productive, with both sides eager to make a blockbuster move that could reshape the National League landscape. Acuna's arrival in Los Angeles would instantly transform the Dodgers' offense, adding a new layer of threat to an already formidable lineup. Imagine a batting order where Tree Turner, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman are complemented by Acuna's game-changing ability to hit for power, steal bases, and turn routine plays into highlight reels. Analysts are already speculating that the Dodgers could challenge offensive records on multiple fronts if this acquisition comes to fruition. Rumors also suggest that Acuna sees the Dodgers as a perfect fit, not just for their winning culture, but for the opportunity to cement his legacy on the biggest stage. Social media has exploded with speculation, with fans and pundits alike dissecting the implications of such a move. Could the Dodgers' pitching staff handle the added pressure of expectations? Would the chemistry in the clubhouse adjust seamlessly to include one of baseball's brightest young stars? The chatter alone has ignited a wave of excitement. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.